Hey, can you guys hear me? Let me see what's happening here. Okay, well, my thing is moving. So sorry about this. I don't know what my computer is doing. It's like completely locked up, not working. So I'm just gonna have to give it a second to get catch up or do whatever the hell it's doing. I have no idea what it just did. And then we'll start everything again. So I can't even get any of the stuff off my screen. What a mess. What a mess. I don't know. Watch it be trying to update. That's going to be so annoying to me if that's what's happening, because if that is it, I'm going to be livid. Yeah, I can't even, like, it won't even, hold on a sec. Ugh. Yeah, it won't. It is very, very stuck, which tells me that it's probably um, downloading an update, which is really inconvenient. So maybe it was taking a grumpy. So let me say hi to you guys. Hey, Allie79, Heather, whatever, Molson Man, Vincent's missing ear, anaphylaxis, cement shoes, recliner detective, Amelia Sparkles, Molson Man, a curious Rose. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I can't even say hi to everybody or anybody because it's all like I can't scroll up anymore to all the way to the top. I don't know what is happening, but at some point it'll just catch up and start shutting stuff down like it is right now. It's catching up. It's like, I don't even know. Oh, I need to turn my mic down. Okay. Because it was like super quiet on the computer. I don't know. Hold on. Let me fix it. Is that better? There. Is that better? My sound engineer. Coolest reviews. What song? I can't play anything. My computer is locked up. Yeah, I got to wait for it to all the way catch up to do whatever the hell it was doing before and finish doing what it was going to do, and then be able to restart it. And then I'll just, I don't know what song you want me to play though, Coolest Reviews. You can't play anything right now though. I don't know what this thing is doing. And StreamYard says I've got like 4 people watching, so I can't even tell who all's in here, who's not in here. What a mess. Johnny Depp done broke the internets again. Well, before I went live, I made like a clip video of all of Johnny Depp's best trial moments, and I was going to play that for you guys, but now my laptop is being a jerk, and then I was going to go over today's trial testimony and stuff because, like, oh my gosh, holy moly. I didn't think that the cross-examination would be done as soon as it was, and that they would be on redirect after the morning break. Like, I thought it was going to go a lot longer because Mr. Rottenborn likes to ask questions repeatedly. And then he asks if he reads the text right, which I don't actually get the point of him doing that because I really don't get the point of him of him reading the text and then asking if it was read correctly repeatedly. You know, it felt condescending, as if the text that he was reading made some sort of point. Because quite honestly, the texts that they showed or read from were mainly Johnny Depp talking smack to his friends, not actually to Amber. So I didn't understand their point with that. I thought it was a big fat waste of time. And then what else didn't I like from from the cross exam? I didn't like that they brought in an interview, or not an interview, an email between Johnny Depp and Elton John, where he's talking somewhat negatively about Vanessa Paradis. Like, that's a low blow, in my opinion, just because I felt like he was trying to stir up drama between them. I just thought it was messy, honestly. That's what I thought. Um, very messy, because it really proved nothing. I mean, they've already shown 87 texts of Johnny Depp talking smack about Amber Heard, okay, to his friends. You know what I mean? And then there's other stuff. So, because we haven't talked about the trial in a couple of days. So the other things that I didn't like were the picture. Not the picture of the weed. I didn't think that was a big deal, and not as big of a deal as they were trying to make out of it, but the cocaine picture. Let me tell you what I didn't like about that picture. What I didn't like about that picture is, whose purse is that in the picture? And if Amber Amber Heard was so against all of these things, right? Then why'd she marry him? That's my thing. Is that it appears, at least from what I've seen just in the trial testimony, right? And what the defense is trying so hard to show, that Johnny Depp was just basically a mess, right? When he got with Amber, and he was doing all the things that, people do when they're trying to self medicate. And I'm not even judging him for that, because it is what it is. He just happens to be he just has the means to self medicate more than your average person. And that's just the truth. He just has access to it on a different level. But if I don't know, maybe it's just me and maybe I'm just a weirdo, but I don't think that you should get into a marriage. Yes, it was Vincent's missing ear. I don't think you should get into a marriage, or any relationship for that matter, really, with the intention of changing the person that you're about to, or you're thinking about getting into a relationship with, especially marriage, right? Like, you don't get into a marriage thinking, oh, I can change this guy. Like, that seems like ridiculous. Why not marry a guy that is all the things you want them to be? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm talking about big life changes, not like, putting the toilet seat down, stuff, not little stuff like that, or um, the eternal fight of Pop Tarts versus toaster strudel. Like, those are small details that can be worked out later, but like, you know, the things that she's saying. See, and that's what I think too, Amelia, because the truth is especially the ice cream picture. Because Ali 79 and I were looking at pictures of Johnny Depp online, because we were curious. Ali's the one that brought this to my attention, actually. Um, she's the one that brought this to my attention about his rings, that he wears his rings all the time. Or she was asking, does he? Does he ever take them off? And I was thinking to myself, that's an excellent point, because those rings would definitely leave a mark, right? Uh, for sure, for sure. So, we started looking at pictures of him, and of course, the ice cream picture came up, because this was before they introduced it at trial. And one of the things that I noticed, and Johnny Depp pointed out, is that his hand is in his pocket, meaning I can't remember how he put it. He said he wasn't participating in the ice cream. I think he said festivities. I can't remember. But regardless, his hand was in his pocket, which means that it's not like he was sitting there indulging in ice cream and then boom, he, passes out, as the defense lawyer said, right? Um, she asked him to, I believe it happened exactly the way he said it happened. She asked him to hold the ice cream, knowing he was on the nod, and boom, picture. And then the other one that I didn't particularly care for was the cabinets, that whole video, because and I'm trying very hard to be very careful about what I say, not to be offensive to anybody. But because I don't want to victim blame. I'm not buying Amber Heard's story thus far, though I have to be honest about that. But I don't want it to come across as if I am judging her as a potential domestic violence victim, or anyone else as a domestic violence victim, because I'm not. And I do understand the need to. There are times when you should either take photographs, especially in domestic violence. Like if you're getting hit, you should definitely document your injuries. I agree with that. And maybe even if you can, try to well, now I understand what happened. The cat has been on the computer and pushed a bunch of buttons, so that makes complete sense. Why everything is all locked up. When I guess it restarted itself, and when it did that, I had a bunch of like how you can have buttons held down and it'll have a light. Yeah. So okay. Anyway, what I was going to say is that, and I don't want to come across as being offensive, because I'm not, and I'm not victim blaming. What I'm saying is, okay, I'll start with all the other audio that was played Thursday. So to me, a lot of that audio, especially the fighting, Amber's voice was very, very loud, meaning the volume. Not that she was screaming, but I mean, she was screaming, but I'm talking about just the volume of her voice, right? And I feel like the reason that the volume of her voice was so loud is because obviously she's recording it. It's her phone, right? So she's holding the phone. She's closest to the phone. It would be louder. I get that. But his volume was so much lower that a lot of times it was really difficult to actually hear what it was that Johnny Depp was even saying. And to me, that is indicative of the fact that he is farther away from the fighting, the argument that's going on, which I found to be interesting about that. The other thing and that seemed to be pretty much the norm for everything. So the other thing that I found, okay, so about the video that they actually showed with the cabinets, is that what I didn't understand about that is, thank you, Molson, man. She needs a timeout because she is always doing the most for literally zero reasons. Hold on a second. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are seeing it too. In my opinion, that video looked set up. It didn't look to me like somebody who's in fear. And the thing is that um, I equated it in this analogy. Let's say you were in a zombie apocalypse. Okay. Now you have a zombie coming at you. What do? Do you take your phone out and record the zombie coming at you while simultaneously asking it questions? Or do you get the hell out of there? Because I feel like I would be getting the hell out of there. And I just don't understand. Coolest roofs, I'm not even like, I don't know what I'm doing, why it seems loud. It's almost all the way down. Um, I'm not, it's on my headset. I don't know what's going on. I'll, let me fix it on it's because it's on my phone. That's probably why. Give me just a second and I'm going to switch to the computer. Okay. Is that better? I think it's because it was through I was using like the headset through my phone, and um, the the jack to my phone is messed up because I wear earbuds around the house when I clean, and they're really long, and I forget to put them down my shirt so that they can't get tangled on stuff. And yeah, so I've ch- I've chingalayed that. That's not how you say that, but don't repeat it. I've messed up my the jack that the earbuds go into. But anyway, just to me, a lot of this seems like it seems like it's staged. It seems to me. Now, listen, I'm not saying that they didn't have arguments. I'm not saying that there wasn't screaming and yelling. I think that is blatantly obvious from um, everything, right? And I don't even think that Johnny Depp himself is actually denying the fact that they've had some issues and that they argue and they fight and that harsh words are said. That happens. Um, it shouldn't, but I mean, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like she did just so much extra that wasn't necessary. And I do feel like, um, I don't feel like she married him with the intention to change him either. I do feel like feel like when he was filming the Rum Diary, I feel like he was in a weird space with just in himself and just, you know how life gets you, right? And he was just in a bad spot. And I feel like, low key, I'm just going to say it. She reminds me a lot of the other cleanup woman we talk about quite frequently, NK. I feel like she studied, I feel like she watched, and I feel like she did all of the things that she tried to be what she witnessed in her mind, because I don't know what Vanessa did or didn't do, but she just reminds me of a cleanup woman. She studied, and frankly, they just were on a set and not at Anadarko. I mean, it's really no different, you know. That's who she reminds me of. Um, but then, and um, I think she and her friends more than took advantage of his generosity. The fact that you don't hear a lot of stories really um, and I'm not talking about from Johnny, I'm talking about from people around them that testified of friends of Johnny Depp's being around a whole lot. It's mainly on a consistent basis Amber Heard's friends, which tells me that, he loved her and he let those people crash, and they weren't even crashing. Like, it's not like they were couch surfing. They were in a freaking penthouse, for Pete's sake. Like, there's no better place to crash, I wouldn't think. I don't know. It's just some of the stuff that I think you're right, Ali 79. I don't think that the defense is the way that they're portraying it is that she loved him. She saw that he had some flaws, as we all do, and she was just like, um, who sings "Stand by Your Man"? Tammy Wynette, Patsy. I can't even think of it right now, but that's like, that's what she was doing. She was gonna love him through the hard times. And I don't feel like that's like nothing could be further from the truth, in my opinion. I just don't. I'm not buying it. And I think that there were several times during the testimony where they would uh, pan just a look, because they had it split screen, and they would pan just a little bit and you could see her face. Is it Loretta Lynn? Okay. Is that who it is? Well, I'm not going to get stuck on that hamster wheel. I can already tell I'm going to go there. I'm already thinking about it still in the back of my head as I'm talking to you right now. But anyway, I feel like I was right. Look at me. Thank you. I figured it was Tammy Wynette. Thank you. Thank you, anaphylaxis. Anyway, now see, that y'all are going to get me into a whole ass uh different. No, I'm going to get myself into it. Okay, back to the subject. Sorry. Um they would pan over to her at certain points in his testimonies. Mainly, uh, she did have some moments like on direct exam, but her biggest moments were like um, some of the cross exam, especially when the jury would laugh and the audience would laugh. Now, obviously, she couldn't turn her neck around, turn her head around and watch the audience, the people in the back, but I know she was watching that jury. And I think that there were several moments in that direct testimony cross examination, where she knew that Johnny Depp had the jury. And well, I'm going to agree with you here, Curious Q, and I'll tell you why. Because the truth of the matter is that she's not a good actress. There, I said it. I will go on record right now. Dox me if you want to, Amber Heard and company. You ruined The Stand. The end. And Johnny Depp was hilarious. So I'm going to play the clip the clips that I made for you guys, in case you missed the premiere, because I know that the YouTube is sometimes as hell and didn't send out notifications. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to go and get the testimony from today for us to talk about. Sound like a plan? Okay, good. Hmm. Well, now that's odd. Why is there no sound? Hold on. Oh my God. All right. That's not the one I wanted to get for you guys. I grabbed the wrong one. My bad. See, I'm such a creature of habit that I if something goes wrong, I can hardly, like, here we go. I can't like, oh, you guys had sound? See? See what happens? Like one little blip and I'm like completely thrown off. And it's okay. I'm glad I took it out anyway, because even if y'all did have sound, it's not the right sound. So here we go. Now I'm going to play it for reals, for reals.
October is 2 months before December. That's correct. Isn't happy hour anytime? Asking me to come back and write pirates. Sorry. So I can read it out of someone's article, but not from the man's mouth. So what happens? I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking so much. Yes, sir, that is a lot of marijuana. Looks like we would fit some cocaine. Cocaine is, in my experience, normally given in plastic bags. When you put it in a box like that, chances are very good you'll leave a trail of a long line of cocaine behind.
This was a document that you signed as part of your divorce proceedings, correct?
That's my signature indeed, yes.
Mr. Depp, that is your signature on the right, correct?
Yes, it is.
Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. Did I read that right?
You did, Mr.
Take
Robinborn.
that down, Michelle. And that was a document you signed in August of 2016. Correct?
Is that the same one that I signed 3 times before? Yes,
Yeah.
that's the fourth.
Well, I wanted to make clear that you
You've
signed
made it
that.
clear.
A lot of chance to talk and trying to be respectful of the court's time and the jury's time. So I'm going to ask you that question again.
.346 minutes later.
Mr. Depp, with respect, trying to respect the court's time and the jury's time, that was not my question. My question was
I
simply,
understand when
you
you
would
take 5
agree,
minutes to look for a
you would agree,
document.
you would agree.
that I thought that some human being had actually dropped a grumpy, pardon the term, onto the bed, saying that it was a dog. Were you there?
And then you write, I have other uses for your throat which do not include injury. I have other uses for your throat which do not include injury.
Sorry, could you read that again?
Did I read that right?
You did.
Did I read that right?
You did, sir.
Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
Did I read that right? Did I read that right?
You did, sir.
I think that was by far the most tedious, but at the same time fun one to do. Getting all of those clips was a lot, and then I was have to laugh at myself because whenever I was making that wasting the court's time one, like, all right, let me just say this. That is, I saw a bunch of them all over YouTube, and I saw some on the Tickety Talks and everything, and theirs were all sped up, and I didn't want to do that because obviously. But anyway, so I was just like, I'll just split it. Y'all, let me just say, forever. It took forever. And ever and ever. Like he was standing back there at that podium or whatever it was, or at the defense table, sorry. Like ever. Like a ridiculously long amount of time for somebody who who pretends to care about the wasting the court's time. All right. Hold on. I want to get us to the part. Also, give me just a sec. The other thing I was not a fan of was, okay, I know a lot. I saw this mixed up a little bit. There was mixed commentary about her hair today. I actually thought today's hair style was not so bad, honestly. It was the outfit of choice. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you very much. You guys have you have a good night. Thank you so much for popping in, you guys. Thank you, Michelle, and I appreciate that. So, the mega pint was one of my favorites too. A mega pint, and it's just because this is what makes him funny. It's you have to look at the whole package. First of all, yes, he's an incredibly good looking person, right? But that's not really the point. Um, it's when he said it as the tea and pint left his mouth, there was a smirk, and that is what made it funny, because the word mega pint is not in and of itself an especially funny word, right? But it is the way that he smirks about it. It just, he's just, I don't know. Well, Recliner Detective, it's live, babe. At the beginning though, there's like, you must be behind. So maybe I'll put it in chat for her because I think she might be. I don't even know if Recliner Detective is a chick. Sorry, my bad. Hey, Michelle N. Recliner Detective, I think might be behind, and that's why because it is frozen at that point. Oh no. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me add this to the stream while we wait 87 years. They were so late today. I'm just going to put it on 1.5 speed till we get to the point where it's actually where they're actually talking. That way, I didn't study comedy coolest reviews. It's just that, how do I put this? I am an introverted extrovert. I can be like with you guys, right? And it took me a while to get completely comfortable, but I'm mostly there, right? And I feel fine just chit chatting away with you, right? Um, but before I get to that point, I'm a people watcher, and that's how I be noticing all the things.
Good morning.
And
Everything good now, Judy? We're good? All right,
so
thanks.
that's
All right.
how
We have
I
a limited amount of
notice
support here?
all of this kind of
Okay.
stuff. Oh, thank you, coolest reviews. I be trying. Let me
Okay.
see.
All right.
Oh, well, hello. Oh, I like Johnny Depp
Well,
in
I kind of
Blue,
need a thumbs
which
up
I
to be
know
fine with
has like
recording, but
literally nothing to do with
it's marked different
anything.
exhibits, so I
It's
have to have it
just
as different
that
exhibits. So,
to
okay, good. We'll go
me,
through them and see what we have.
I like to make
And you have yours as
commentary
well?
on all the
Yes, Your Honor,
things,
if I may
but
approach, I
Okay.
have,
let me just turn this down a little because I don't really care about the court's business.
No, it's-
Um,
Okay, perfect. All right. Great. We'll go through those. If
I'd
there's
like
anything
to
else,
know
we can
why
comment on.
Amber, okay, her hair looks fine to me, but it's the 1983
Just because so we can have a number.
school teacher outfit that she's wearing today. I'm
Yes.
telling you guys, I'm like 93% sure that my third grade teacher had that same shirt. And I'm all for retro and bringing stuff back. I just don't understand why she is trying to look like a school marm. Like, okay, sort of like Johnny Cash. Okay, Johnny Cash, yeah, he was the man in black. It became a thing, right? But it wasn't like it wasn't intentional. It was sort of an accidental thing. And Homegirl is over here. She got a 1950s do and a 1980s shirt. I don't even know if that's just a shirt. Some kind of, yeah. I don't care for that so much. Now Johnny Depp, on the other hand, hello. What is it that they what was I showing? Yeah, I noticed that. And I'm hoping that since he's now off the stand, I feel like he's bringing his hair back because I think he wants them to be able to see his facial expressions, and I think it's better for the jury, and I get that. But personally, I'd be like in the household, I just got out of bed. Hey, Johnny Depp look. It's just me. I think he's hilarious, and I don't understand. I mean, to be fair, we don't know him like on an everyday level, but so, I made this point before.
Thank you.
Well, yes, I think that's true. That's an excellent point.
Still under oath, okay, sir?
it's just that, pardon me, Johnny, I don't want to interrupt you. Let me just pause you real quick. Like, I get it with her hairdo, and a lot of people have made comments about their, like, she's trying to match him and whatnot, and it's kind of creepy, but, um, I think her hair, it's not a bad style, frankly. I think it's kind of cute, but, um, I don't know. Johnny Depp's just okay. I know what I was going to say. I feel like when situations and cases like this happen, and I'm not talking about this, the case where it is today, because y'all know this has been years in the making, right? This is where it finally came to a head. And, but the allegations have been out for a very, very long time. And what I don't understand is when allegations of like this come out about a star with such as Johnny Depp, people come out of the woodwork to say, you know, yes, I know it. Yes, I back up this person's claim. I experienced this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't happen. And that's what yes, Curious Rose. I took like 87 miles around the point, but that's what I'm trying to say. No, we have not heard a single solitary, hey, Kes we've not heard a single solitary other person to back this up. And I mean another woman. Yes, he does have a lawsuit from I can't remember what that guy's name is now, but bottom line is, hello, like we would have heard it from somebody from another woman at this point. And yes, Coolest Reviews, I will style your hair. Somewhere I have to find it. Somewhere I have a picture of me with the victory rolls. It's one of my favorite pictures of me. I'll have to find it for you guys and show you. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to find that. I definitely, people have talked about it, and, I wanna see it for myself. Alright, so, without further ado, because 'cause they're about to get into it. So I'm gonna play this for you guys, and I'll just be quiet and add commentary here and there when it's importante.
Morning, everyone. I hope you had a nice weekend. Mr. Depp, we've talked about this a little bit, but you testified that abuse can come in many forms, correct? Physical being one of them, right?
Yes, indeed.
Emotional,
Indeed.
verbal,
Indeed.
psychological abuse.
Indeed. Some of those would flow into the other.
I'd like to talk, understood. I'd like to talk about some of that abuse. Can we pull up Exhibit 582, please? Your Honor, this is a recording, Defendant's Exhibit 582, that we will play the entirety of.
All right, any objection to 582?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, 582 in evidence.
Put your fucking cigarettes out on someone else. You fucking have consequences for your actions. That's it.
Shut up, fat ass.
Yeah, you got me there.
Can you play that one more time, please, Michelle?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection. Move on.
Mr. Depp, when Ms. Heard tells you in that recording to go put your cigarettes out on someone else, you don't deny that, but instead you simply say, shut up, fat ass. Is that correct?
I think that was another grossly exaggerated moment of Ms. Hurd's. I did not put a cigarette out on her or throw a cigarette at her.
Let's pull up Exhibit 581, please. This is another recording that we'll play the entirety of with your Honor's leave.
Any objection to 581?
No objection.
581.
I fucked up and cried in my bedroom after I had dumped you a fucking week prior. A fucking week prior after you beat the shit out of me. And then a week later you show up at my doorstep in my room saying you want to say goodbye. Okay, say goodbye.
Oh, I said it?
Yes, you did say it. I'll go to the text messages so that we are clear on
Yes,
the tape.
because you sent it forward to me.
Okay. No doubt. But you did not say you're going to come over to say bye?
I made a huge mistake.
You didn't say that to me?
Huge mistake.
You didn't say that to me?
Well, I won't do it again.
What's the mistake then? Did you or did you not say you're coming over to say bye?
Can we please pull up Exhibit 598?
Is this another audio?
It is, Your Honor. And I will give the excerpts that we propose to play. And I'll say, Your Honor, it's a lengthy recording where,
Well, I already have 598A in evidence, so.
right, and I just wanted to clarify, spoke with Ms. Myers this morning. We're gonna speak at a break. We're trying to be very careful about whether there's a third party on the tape. This is one where at the very end, someone else comes in. But Ms. Myers and I will speak, and we may be, to the extent Your Honor's agreeable, we may be agreeable to just entering the whole thing as evidence. But for now, since there's a very small portion at the end that we're not going to play of a third party, I'll just give you the excerpts if that
Well,
works.
then I need 598B, and I need
Yes.
to know what the time of the excerpts are, and,
We'll prepare that for you, Your Honor. Thank you.
well, I need it now, I mean,
I have the
Okay.
excerpts. So this would be 598B,
okay.
and it's seconds 1 through 20. And then it's 30 minutes and 2 seconds through 31 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay. All right. Any objection to 598B then?
No objection, Your Honor. Thank you.
You may have not been able to do.
No, I meant exactly what I said.
What did you say?
At least I'm not doing it behind your back and telling you. You gave me shit that I was recording, and I said, yeah, I'm recording, but at least I'm telling you.
Okay.
And
So,
if you had asked me not to, I wouldn't.
well, record.
Okay, so the next excerpt is 30 minutes and 2 seconds.
But die. Walking away is necessary. Necessary, especially between you and I. It is of utmost importance because the next move, if I don't walk away or just go out for a little while, it's just gonna be a bloodbath. Like it's like it was on the island, of course. Like it was, it's not worth it. Man. It's not worth it.
Yeah, if
Why be miserable? Can we just
the options are that.
have some semblance of understanding for each other?
Please, Kevin. Because I'm not trying to say, hey, by the way, no one in their right mind is going to choose a bloodbath over walking away. Obviously, if you're given the option between the two,
Then why has it been chosen so many times?
that's snowball. It is not a distinct choice. Either one of us make any discernible point.
No, it's stubbornness and it's all
And
kinds
it
of shit.
builds, right? Like you build, I build, it isn't like at one moment either of us sign a certificate of saying, or like sign the contract or say, okay, now bloodbath. No. So acting as though there's a choice between the two is irrelevant. I'm not asking you to stay over having a bloodbath. Over walking away. I'm not asking you to have a bloodbath over walking away. I'm asking you to work it out over prolonging it and making it bigger.
Can you please pull up Defense Exhibit 161, which was admitted into evidence on Thursday, Your Honor, I believe.
Okay. Yes, it was.
Thank you. Now, that recording that we just heard, Mr. Depp, isn't the first time that you refer to an argument as a bloodbath. In fact, in this text exchange that we saw on Friday, when you inform Ms. Heard that there exists a book entitled Disco Bloodbath, and she asks you if it is about last Friday night by any chance, you say, how can you make me smile about such a hideous moment? Yes, it is. Funny bitch. Did I read that right?
Certainly did, sir. Thank you.
Can we pull up Exhibit 586, please? Your Honor, the only the portion of this exhibit that we would plan to play, it's a recording, is minutes 7:35 to 8:20.
Okay, but I already have a 586A.
So this would be 586B, if
735 to what?
8:20.
Thank you. No objection to 586B?
No objection.
All right, 586B.
Well, yes, you do, because you wouldn't have used that as a way to hit me. I was pouring my heart out to you. What do you do? Let me get it. Stabbed in here. That's what you saw, huh? You listened to me cry. And you're like, no, you can get her. Is that what you think? You just do it without thinking. You do it without thinking, huh? You don't. Get him. Stab him when you can. You throw a swing when you can. And what win better than to win him on the floor? Because that's when it's really good to hit someone.
Can you please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 366? This is another recording, Your Honor, that we would propose to admit all of, although we will only be playing minute 320 through 338.
All right, so no objection to 3.
I object to all of it, frankly, because it's ludicrous. But I want to say this. Thank you, Vincent's missing ear. Although I must be blatantly, brutally honest, we've never been like actually officially married. We've just been together for 27 years. And it's just, I mean, we're, I guess, common law is what you call it, but we don't have the papers. It is what it is. But still, 27 years is longer than some people who do have papers, relationships last. And for that, I feel bad because I don't know what I would do. He's the only person in the world that I love to be annoyed by and also love to annoy. But that wasn't even what I was going to say. Excuse me. About that. So there's a reference to Disco Bloodbath. And I think most of you guys know what that reference is because I covered that case. That book is James St. James. He wrote it, and it is about the murder committed by Michael Alec. And he killed his friend, him and his other Michael Alec and his friend Freeze killed their mutual friend Angel. And that is what that book is about. And it's actually, I actually am curious if the reference was less about the actual literal bloodbath and more about the drug use, specifically the drug ecstasy, that's mentioned a ton in that book, because that's what. Yes, thank you, A Curious Rose. That's how I like it. That's how I'll think of it. But yeah, I'm wondering if that's actually more what it is about, a reference to, and less about the literal bloodbath. Because when that murder happened, it was in what year was that? Like 94, 93, 94, somewhere in there. And it's about the same time that all the hijinks and shenanigans were going on the other coast at the Viper Room. So I'm curious, she's too young probably to get that reference, and the fact that she didn't know that there was a book. So, oh no, Aussie girl, listen, I'm just glad you guys are here. I just always appreciate that. I just put it out, I just like to have it out just in case anybody's thinking about it and they get distracted, because I be getting distracted. But anyway, I just think that she's too young to understand the reference, and therefore she thinks she found some dirt. Okay, moving on.
366 in its entirety, is that correct?
That's correct, Your
All
Honor.
right, 366 in evidence. He's only playing part. Oh, plaintiffs, I'm sorry.
Oh, tell us, Kes Chick, what did Chicken Lady name her chick?
You're a flower. Every other man I know, every other relationship I know, there's man. It's like, oh, yeah, shit. You're a flower. Every single time you get
Because you're a fucking cunt!
Can you please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 396? Your Honor, portions of this were used on Thursday, so with your leave, we'd like to introduce this as 396B with the following excerpts. 2:44 and 0 seconds through 2:44 and 16 seconds. And then 2:49 and 30 seconds through 2:49 and 55 seconds.
All right, any objection to 396B?
No objection, Your
All
Honor.
right, 396B.
Please what? This is your last please. This is your last please. This is your last call. Last one. This is not helping! You stupid fuck! This is not helping!
If you could please go to 2:49 and 30 seconds, please.
I don't fucking care. You shut up with that. Impossible. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. Talk to you later.
You heard Miss Heard say, "Get off me," right?
No, I did not. I heard distant screaming, and I heard, "I'll talk to you later, I'll talk to you later."
Let's look at
thinking it
Exhibit
sounds like
857,
to me.
please.
It's terrible. These, let me put my banner up while I'm thinking about it.
It's not, no.
Okay, is there any-
I just don't understand what these are. They're not,
Mr. Depp, I'd like to direct your attention to the second to last text.
I know what he's
This-
attempting to
on this
prove,
is
but
a
I
text
just
from
feel
you
like it really
to your
falls
agent,
flat
Christian
here.
Carino, on August 15th, 2016, correct?
Especially with the last
Yeah,
part,
that's what it looked like.
whenever he hollered out,
And prejudice.
you know, the C word.
You could approach from all those.
I'm only not saying it because obviously the YouTubes, I don't have a problem with that word. It's not a word I choose to use, but I don't judge other people for using it. Bottom line is this. It sounds to me, when you hear it, I would like for them to play the recordings all together because I think that would be better, but the jury will get to hear all that. But for me, what I'm hearing is an outburst, a reaction after a peck, 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 and then boom, because you're like that. That is what I hear. And it's not just because I think Johnny Depp is good looking, because let me tell you something. I think that James Franco is very good looking, but I also think he's a schmuck. I could be honest. They're not mutually exclusive. Like I can look at Johnny Depp and recognize and appreciate his external beauty, right? But I can also admit that he does have issues that probably, obviously from childhood, that he really has never like completely and fully dealt with. He's done the best thing that he can do, in my opinion, when you come from a situation like that, is to break the cycle and not do that to your children. But beyond that, I think that, I wish that he could heal from his childhood. But like I said, just because I find him to be attractive does not mean that exactly. Curious Q. Like I can appreciate James Franco for his external good looks, because I found James Franco from Freaks and Geeks. That's how I started knowing who he was. And I'm not good. He's a good actor, but on the flip side of that, he's not a good human. So I can appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not mutually exclusive. And I was just going to play the cross exam because I don't think we really need to hear the redirect, frankly, just because it's kind of, it's a redirect. So basically, it's asking questions about some of the things that the defense asked
For the
about,
sake of time.
and they've kind of already
I'll go
covered
ahead
that,
and,
though.
May I ask the witness about the portions that we discussed, and then we can provide a redacted version.
Okay.
Mr. Depp, in this text message from you to Christian Carino, your agent, on August 15th, 2016, you tell him, you
I
go on
won't
some
anymore
length about
either.
him,
I
and
haven't
you
watched
say,
him in a long time, but
"She will hit the
after
wall
all
hard,"
the
4 exclamation points.
allegations came
And
out,
later down, you
and
say,
the
"I can only hope that karma kicks in and takes the gift of breath from her." Did I read that right?
Objection compound. I'll allow it. Mr. Goodwin.
You read that correctly.
And this wasn't the first time that you talked about Amber hitting the wall hard. Let's pull up Exhibit 213, please.
hitting the wall hard based on the
We'll just take a look at the
accusations
next
that she
exhibit, Mr.
brought.
Depp.
I'm sorry, I was talking. Is that all right?
You'd answer
Oh.
the question. We'll take a look at the next exhibit. Thank you.
yeah. As long as you're happy, sir.
Mr. Depp, this is a text that you sent to Bruce Whitkin on February 4th, 2014. The
Where,
text at the top
where
of the
am I
page.
looking, sir?
And
On
did
your
you
screen,
guys
please.
know that
sorry,
hitting
that
the
out.
wall
The
is
top
a
text on the
reference
screen.
for
Okay, I
many
didn't know if there
things,
was a
but one of the
specific-
things
was
that it
turned from the bottom or
references is
somewhere around the
it's a
corner.
term for long distance running, hitting the
What do I
wall.
do?
This is a text that you sent to Bruce Whitkin on February 4th, 2014, correct?
Good night, Sarah.
Yes.
Thanks for
Your Honor, I move for admission
coming.
of this exhibit with just that text displayed.
With the redactions applied and also the identifiers. That's-
Okay.
Yep.
I
That's
just think
okay.
that
You
that
have that
one
right.
thing,
All right, 213.
if nothing
understood that.
else, I know this is hard testimony to hear. I know the audio is hard to hear, but if we learn something from this, one thing takeaway, there's a lot of takeaways, but the main takeaway is I think that
Move for the admission of this, permission to publish, Your Honor.
All right, it is in evidence,
Thank
you can publish it.
Mr. Depp, on February
Abuse
4th, 2014, you tell Mr. Whitkin.
isn't something that
around, hit the wall
happens
hard.
to
that.
I do, sir.
And that's the
people
same
of
phrase that you
lower
used In your
means.
text to Mr. Carino from 2016 that we just.
And
read,
it isn't
correct?
always women who are abused.
They are similar words, but they have different meanings. If,
Can we
I
pull
don't know
up?
if I can make
Oh
this
gosh, Keshchik, I'm so
492,
sorry.
please.
I'm so sorry. Oh, Aussie girl Jen is saying you got to go 9 nights and make memes. Keshchik, you're not even supposed to be in here. I think that's I know that text doesn't typically have a tone, but I feel like
Mr. Depp,
that
this
is a
text exchange
tone.
that you had with Ms. Heard on or about October 28th, 2015.
Unless Aussie is saying that she's off to bed.
yes, sir.
Maybe I read
And
it
I'd like
wrong.
to, direct your attention
Oh,
to the third
thank
text
you,
down.
Sarah. Thank you
Yes.
so much. I appreciate
Your
that.
Honor, I move for the admission of
Thank you
defendant's
very
exhibit 498
much.
with identifiers redacted.
Don't laugh, Keshchik. That was
No
your trigger
objection.
warning. Look, you just need to you're that this is your
Oh,
trigger
it's
warning.
relevant,
I'm
Your Honor.
going to speak. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth.
All right, what's
It
the-
may or may not be funny. There you go. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. And I appreciate the support. You guys being in here and just you guys are the best. You really are. I know. I'm always 27 hours late for the trigger warning. I'm the worst about that. I'm the worst. I always feel like, well, we're coming in here, we're talking about true crime is going to get hairy. Thank you, Heather, whatever. Yeah. You guys are just the best. I don't care. We have the
Can you
best
pull up exhibit
chat.
330, please?
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I might have to do that tomorrow night. I don't know. I can't remember how long this
Mr. Depp, I'd like to turn your attention to the middle text on this page, which is a text from you to someone
Oh.
named Ryan A. On January 12th,
sorry,
2015.
computer. I'll
See that?
charge you now. My bad.
January.
So polite, my
the
my
second one from the
computer.
last.
Consider
Uh,
consider
12th?
plugging your charger
Yes.
in.
Is that Ryan Adams, the singer?
yes, it is.
Your Honor, move for admission of defendant's exhibit 330. Just plan on asking about that text.
Objection relevance, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm happy to approach if you want.
Oh my gosh, how many approaches are we going to do today? I see they're sending this is not the one that usually approaches. It's usually another girl, but this time I guess they're sending her to do the approaching. Today they're all taking turns. Hey, Jody, it's cool. Or maybe maybe she is always the one that goes up there. I'm trying to remember. Thank you, Vincent's missing here. I appreciate that. I did not catch that part of the testimony or Alley 79. Um, and since I didn't catch it and Vincent's missing ear wants us to hear like the last 5 minutes of the redirect, and you know how bad I am at it's weird because I can when I go to edit and clip stuff, I can get it down to like whatever those extra seconds are, you know, the tenths of a second perfectly, but I cannot work the YouTubes to get it to pinpoint it to the right time. I'm forever scrolling too much, too not enough.
pull up
It's a
Exhibit
mess. You guys
620.
know. Yes, like from Drop Dead Fred. Oh, she got me with the death breath. It's the mega bitch. I love Drop Dead Fred. It's one of my favorite movies. Snot face.
Ms. Depp, I'd like to turn your attention to text number 40.
Okay.
It's the third one down.
Yes,
This is a text from you to Malcolm Connolly. Is that right?
that's correct.
Your Honor, I'd move for admission of this document with the third text down.
If I just,
Oh, I
After the
believe
first
you,
text
Christine
down.
Elizabeth. I 100% believe you. Everything is messed up. My whole life is messed up.
rather
No,
than
just kidding. It's not
example.
really.
Okay, you want to put?
I'll just talk right now, give a little filler about what my day was like. So, living in Florida and being close to the beach, my yard is sand, right? And every couple of years, we'll have it where there's like it's the fleas are really bad to where the drops are not enough. Well, this is that year. So this morning I was gonna stream for you guys, and then I was like, no. I've got some adulting to do. So I decide to give the cats a bath because that's the only thing you can do. You have to give them a flea bath, right? Alice did just fine. She had a few cries. She was a little, she had a dirty look on her face, and that was really the end of it, right? Mac freaked out.
I'm just
Scratch.
gonna
I
record
look,
that
just
was
one
the
arm.
text
My
message
left
that
arm is
I would like
completely,
you to indicate
not
there. I don't know
completely,
what
it's
she's
like
asking
all
for.
scratched up, right? And then, so I got him wet in the tub, and then he jumped out of the tub. So then I had to put him in the sink to soap him down, you know, to wash him. And then you have to leave that stuff on him for like 5 minutes, which he was making all kinds of
Mr.
noises
Depp,
I
do you
have
remember
never
last
heard
week, the
come
jury
out of
saw the
that
video
cat's
of
mouth
you,
before. Okay, now I'll be quiet.
as you called it, assaulting the cupboards in that kitchen on Sweetser Avenue?
Yes, sir, very well said.
And that was on or about February 10th, 2016, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll allow it if you need to.
I don't know when that's from. I have asked for the metadata, I've asked for the date and received nothing.
Okay. This text you sent on February 10th, 2016 to Malcolm Connolly. Malcolm Connolly is one of your security guards, correct?
Yes, he is.
And in this text, you say, "Thanks, dear Mal. I'm just at the point where I feel like I'm going to puke all the time. Once I get this shit moving and get myself out of her level of shit, I will never mention this cunt's name again, ever again. And the first prick that asks about her gets a warning. Should the single cell prick decide to push it, he never forgets me and will always be remembered throughout his life as the guy that got his fucking nose bit off, chewed up, and swallowed by Johnny Depp. While I do have some civilized bones in my body, just on a matter of principle, I must force him to watch me fulfill this promise of mangling his motherfucker of a beezer. Love you, X." Did I read that right?
You did.
I'd like to turn to your views on Miss Heard's career. Can you please pull up Exhibit 195?
Yeah, it was a whole thing today, Heather, whatever. But listen, everybody got bathed. Everybody got their drops on. Yes, Alice did fine. She was in the tub. Coolest reviews. She made a few little like
I'd like to direct your attention to the second to
protests.
last text from the
But
bottom.
Mac,
This
I'm
is a text
telling
message
y'all,
exchange
Mac
between
was
you and Ms.
cussing me
Bird
in a
on
language
October
I've
29,
never heard.
2014, correct?
I hope they do too, Ali79. They need her phone
Your Honor, I move
dump.
for
We
the
need
admission of
that.
Defendant's Exhibit
I mean, he
195.
needs the
This is
metadata.
appropriate.
Johnny Depp, if you're listening, we
No
have
objection. That was
excellent
instructed.
metadata analysis people
Your
over
Honor,
here.
this is him
Call
expressing his
me.
views on her taking a meeting about the movie, her career, his views.
I agree, Amelia. He does. Oh, crap. Yeah, he does. He absolutely does. It's as if this is the thing. If you're going, no, they're not declawed. That's why I'm all clawed up. Well, Alice didn't do anything to me, just Mac did. What he did was he used my arm for traction to get up out of the tub. It was bad news bears. No, you're fine. I highlighted it. I'm over the rules. Like, give me a break. I barely do anything that's.
So 195 will be an.
And they still be giving me a hard time over here.
Redacted with the identifiers.
It's bad, isn't it? Coolest reviews. He does DTC prime time. He does. He looks good today. Blue really suits
Mr. Depp,
him.
you see the text that from Amber that says, "I'm at a coffee meeting now." You see that?
I do, sir.
And
So
his
she tells you
body looks
at,
more
at 12:41
relaxed.
p.m. I'm at a coffee meeting now. We'll be
I
home
agree.
soon."
I
And then you
agree,
respond,
Molson, man. They take
"Holy
their
crap,
knuckle.
Willis.
It's terrible. Okay,
No
I'll be quiet
goddamn
now.
meetings. No movies. Why? Why do you deviate from our agreement? What species of meeting? Fuck it. Just tell me when you get home." Did I read that right?
You did, but a coffee meeting.
You didn't want her to take the meeting that she was taking that day, correct?
It seems as though we had an agreement. What seems like we had an agreement to do something together. I'm actually asking what species of meeting. So this is not necessarily an angry text. It's just, why do you deviate from our agreement? It's not about her doing films. How do you think she got Aquaman, sir?
You tell her no goddamn meetings, no movies, because you didn't want her acting. You wanted to control her career, correct?
Objection compound.
That's
Yeah,
patently
hold on,
untrue,
Mr.
and it's a
Mr.
great
Depp,
guess.
sir. All right, yes, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Sorry.
We can move on. Exhibit 394, please. Defendant's exhibit.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Christine Elizabeth. When you catch up to the part where you wrote this, I appreciate
You can
that.
take a look at the
I
fourth
couldn't
text
remember
down.
what he
This is
said.
a text from you to Dr. Kipper on.
Hey, AJ, good to see
It's
ya.
in the timestamp issue, I believe. It was sent on March 8th, 2015 in Australia, timestamped March 7th, 2015. Do you see that?
I do, sir.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of 394.
No objection with the proper redactions of the rest of the text messages and the identifiers.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
394 in evidence with redactions.
Y'all think she just put Sunnin in her hair for this hair deal today? I just don't see. He opened today with the talk about, with the question about the different forms of abuse. And quite frankly, I'm not seeing it from Johnny Depp's end.
Permission to publish?
Oh, thank you,
Yes,
Kez
yes,
Chick. It looks like she used
Mr.
Sunnin.
Depp, on this date, right after you had suffered an injury to your finger, you text Dr. Kipper and you say, "Hi, fucked, man. Had another one. I just cannot live like this. She is as full of shit as a Christmas goose. I'm done. No more. The constant insults, the demeaning, belittling, most heartbreaking spew that is only released from a malicious, evil, and vindictive cunt. But you know what? Far more hurtful than her venomous and degrading, endless educational ranting is her hideously and purposely hurtful tirades and her goddamn shocking treatment of the man she was meant to love. Above all, here's the real deal, mate. Her obsession with herself is far more important. She is so fucking ambitious. She's so desperate for success and fame That's probably why I was acquired, mate. Although she has hammered me with what a sad old man has been I am, Cowan has done me the most cruel of favors. I'm so very sad. I cut the top of my middle finger off. What should I do? Except, of course, go to a hospital. I'm so embarrassed for jumping into anything with her. Fuck the world. Did I read that right?
Yes, Mr. Rottenborn.
So even as you are ranting about Ms. Heard to Dr. Kipper, even as you were talking about her ambition and expressing your objections to that, you still admit to him that you cut the top of your middle finger off, correct?
Objection compound.
All right, sustained as compound.
You're complaining about her ambition in this text to her, to Dr. Kipper, correct?
I'm realizing that her ambition is far stronger than her supposed feelings for me, yes.
And there's nothing about this text that's trying to protect her.
Protect her?
And
from what?
And you tell Dr. Kipper, I cut the top of my middle finger off in this text, correct?
It's just the way it was worded. It doesn't mean that I
No.
actually literally cut my finger off
It-
after, at the age of 12, finding the only thing
Hey, Janie
that
J.
gave me peace, which is playing the guitar. Very unlikely. Why didn't I start lopping off digits when I was 13 then?
Just the way it was worded. Now,
It
Ms. Heard-
is
Ms.
the
Heard
way
wasn't the
that it
only
was
one who had a problem
worded.
with you can take that down. Ms. Heard wasn't the only one who had a problem with your drinking and abuse of alcohol, correct?
I don't think
Objection
it's an
compound.
admission, frankly.
All right, I'll sustain the objection if you
Ms.
want.
Heard
All right,
wasn't the
I'll
only
be
one who had a
quiet.
problem with your drinking, correct?
So if anyone had a problem with my drinking at any time in my life, it was me. The only person that I have ever abused in my life is myself.
In fact, you tried to hide your drinking from your daughter, Lily Rose, didn't you?
Objection relevance.
What's the relevance?
When your nerves are
What's-
pushed.
sir, if you
Can we approach, Your Honor?
Pardon.
Can you pull up Exhibit 207, please? You scroll down, please. Thank you. Mr. Depp, I'd like to direct your attention to the last text on this page. It's a text from you to Kevin Murphy. He was your estate manager, correct?
He was.
This is a text from you to Kevin Murphy on January 21st, 2014, correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd move for the admission of that portion of Defendant's Exhibit 207 with redactions.
With the identifiers redacted, that's
All right.
fine. Thank you.
207.
Permission to publish?
Yes, sir.
And in this text to Kevin Murphy on January 21st, 2014, you say, just trying to get over my shocking discussion with Vanessa that lasted 5+ hours. Vanessa's your former partner, correct?
She's the mother of my children, yes.
The mother of your children, that's right. And then you say, I feel ill and have invested my guts into some side corner. Now, Lily Rose hates me because she thinks I'm drinking, and she's right. But I can't admit, or I fucking die in her eyes. Thanks for that one, Vanessa. Come to master in main house. Did I read that correctly?
You did.
Can you pull up Exhibit 1092, please? Mr. Depp, is this a picture of you passed out in a chair during daylight hours?
Again, isn't passed out, that's a very specific term. Sleep could be one, passed out.
Let's try it this way. This is a picture of you in a chair, correct?
That is correct.
Move for the admission of 1092, Your Honor.
Any objection?
I'm relevant, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm trying to move this along, and when we stopped with
Well,
relevance,
you want to lay a foundation, I just don't.
this is a picture of Mr. Depp. We've introduced another, on
Well, you-
Thursday, another
you
picture of
wanna
that.
finish?
What is the date of this photograph? I'm sorry.
Can you take that down and put up Exhibit 470, Michelle, please? Mr. Depp, is the bottom text on this page a text exchange or a text message from you to your personal assistant, Stephen Deuters, on September 3rd, 2015?
That's what it looks like, yes, sir.
Your Honor, I'd move for the admission of this exhibit with just that text and the appropriate redactions. Exhibit 470.
Again, relevance, Your Honor. And cumulative.
I'll allow this one if we
Thank
just,
you, Your Honor.
with redactions.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
All right, yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Depp, in the effort to move this along, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to start with the word main bits, which is 5 lines down. You write to Mr. Deuters on September 3rd, 2015, main bits needed are Xanax and Adderall, and I want no judgment from Kipper or Debbie. Kipper means Dr. David Kipper, correct?
That's correct.
And Debbie means Debbie Lloyd, your sobriety nurse, correct?
That is correct.
Just found out from Joel last night how much I spent on having Kipper and Debbie around. Millions and fucking millions, mate. All the while, Debbie just hung around Broad, BCH, and gave me new meds like every 2 weeks. She was on set maybe 4 times. Wow. And 5 money symbols. Sorry, just how it is. Did I read that right?
You did?
Can we pull up Exhibit 587, please? This is a recording, Your Honor.
I already have 5787A, so this is 587B.
587B, Your Honor. The excerpts to be played are 1940 through 1953 and 2304 through 2329.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
587B evidence.
He's not even really asking about these. He's just putting them into evidence, asking if they've or showing them to Johnny. We're on a first name basis now.
I'm never
In that clip, Mr. Depp, you tell Ms. Heard, I'm never getting clean and sober, correct?
It sounds like to me that yeah, it's either that or I have never been clean and sober.
I heard I've
Can
never
you
been
play
clean and
23,
sober.
please?
In the big picture, the big scheme of things, it does nothing but hurt us. And why? Because the coke and booze doesn't make it easier for you to see how clearly that is.
You gotta stop with the coke and booze.
All the coke
You're wrong.
you've done today, and all the booze booze you drank today?
By the way,
Has it helped you?
just
Has it helped us?
just got the call.
Has it helped us?
Today.
Yeah, I know, because yesterday you were 1,000 times better. Yesterday,
I'd like to turn now to a few more of your words around the time that you went into detox, about how you viewed Amber's role in that process, Mr. Depp. Can you please pull up plaintiff's exhibit 120_40? And Your Honor, 120_41 was admitted the other day, but I'd like to introduce this as a separate exhibit.
So 120B, and that would be _40, is that 40?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection to that?
If I may, just came up on.
Okay.
Which I don't think
Mr.
is
Depp, while
lost
they're
on
looking
the
at that, is
jury,
the
Michelle.
second text from the bottom, a text that you sent to Amber's mom, Paige,
No,
on August 19th,
I
2015.
couldn't.
Yes, that's correct, sir.
And this is when you were either in the middle of or finishing up your detox process from oxycodone, correct?
That is correct.
All right. No objection?
No objection.
Okay. 120B in evidence? You want to publish? Or as is, correct?
With the other
That's fine.
text messages redacted.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, with you, okay, yeah, sure.
He really is, Allie, and it's annoying. And to be quite frank with you, the only thing that I can surmise from this is that
Okay.
hopefully they're going to attempt to try to tie all of this together when they put on their
And in
witnesses,
this
because
text message
otherwise,
that you write Amber's mom
I don't
on
even
August
know.
19th, 2014.
And
you
I'm
say,
over
"My dearest
the,
Paige, how unbelievably kind and pure your
I'm
message
over
was."
it. I'm going to skip ahead. Hold on.
Last thing that I knew from the I say there's the producer team, there's the creative team.
The last 5 minutes,
well-
right? You say of the redirect. All right. So hold on. There's lunch. Lunch. He's still on the stand, still on the stand, still on the stand. Ow. Oh, okay.
Have we had fights in the past?
Okay.
Tour through Europe, and then coming through the States, I got messages from Christian Carino, who was both of our former agents, saying that Ms. Heard wanted to meet with me in San Francisco.
I think we're just like right about there. Vincent's missing ear.
And I was confused as to why.
Because
Ms. Heard
the
wanted to
site
meet
that
with me,
I'm streaming
since I
from
was under
isn't,
court order not to
it's
come
the
to
whole
any
day. And so the
other
transcript
influencing
isn't available.
but,
So I just got to kind of
um,
eyeball it.
So at first I said,
Objection, Your Honor. The question was simply, do you remember when that was from? Just be honest.
So where were
Look
you
at
when
his
that recording was
face.
taken?
that was in San Francisco at a hotel room. So we went to a hotel room so that we could finish the discussion that you wanted to have with me.
And how did that discussion go?
Not good. Oh.
Not particularly well. I was quite confused as to why I had been summoned to her at that point, since all the news was just about the fact that I had allegedly done all these horrible things to her, and so I was talked into going there. I went and met with her in hopes that she would retract her lies that the world was now had been fed, and in no way was she ready to do that. And I couldn't understand why I was there. Everything had been taken from me. My children couldn't escape the fact that all this had gone down. So I
Objection,
was
Your Honor. The question was, how did the discussion go? He's talking about his children.
He answered.
Beyond the scope.
just talking.
Sir, just wait for the objection.
I think he's describing the context around that conversation.
It's way beyond the scope.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, why were you threatening to hurt yourself in that audio recording?
In fact, I wasn't threatening to hurt
Is this,
myself.
did I go past
thought
it,
that Ms. Heard had
Vincent's?
brought me to San Francisco. At that point, it was clear it was under false pretenses. I don't know what she was after.
What is this little emoji? I
So-
can't tell what that is. Hold on.
I had a knife in my pocket. And I
Oh,
just
on the
knifed out and I
fly.
said, "Here,
I love it.
cut me." That's what you want to do. Ultimately, you've taken everything. You want my blood? Take it. Have my blood. And then she said, "No, no." And then I said, "Look, if you're not going to take it, you want it. I know you want it. That's all I've got left. Take it." If she wasn't going to do it, I would have done it, because that's psychologically, emotionally where I was. I was at the end. I was broken. Not only had I had to deal with
Oh, thank you,
everything
DTC
coming in from
Primetime. I
the arrows from
appreciate
all over the
that.
world, but now she's, I don't know what she was trying to do. So I just thought the only
Thank you
answer
so
was, "Here,
much.
cut me, take my blood. That's all I've got left to give you."
This makes me sad for him.
And obviously, there was no threat to Ms. Heard with that knife. It was about spilling my blood, because I thought that's what the only thing she didn't have at that point. And I was broken and really just at the end. Couldn't take it anymore. I thought, everybody, I know that's his job, but that was quite cruel.
Objection, Your Honor, we're well beyond the
No,
scope.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Finally, I'd like to play a portion from Plaintiff's Exhibit 357, specifically the portions at 18 minutes, 43 seconds through 21 minutes, 46 seconds.
357, is that correct?
357, yes.
All right, so is this going to be another one where it's going to be an A, or is this going to be all that's going to be offered?
Why don't we go with A to
We're
be
going
safe?
with A. Okay, could you give me the numbers again, just so I have them for the.
Okay,
record?
thank you, Vincent's
what's it
missing
gonna
here.
It is.
You guys are all so great.
357 beginning at 18 minutes,
Look,
43
the
seconds.
lawyer's
Through
yawning.
21 minutes, 46 seconds.
All right, any objection to 357A? All right, 357A in evidence.
I'm also yawning, but I'm not, I'm not a lawyer in court. I wouldn't yawn if I was in court.
I don't know how to get my reputation back.
We write a letter together
That makes
saying that we're going to take this out of the public eye, saying that we're going to try and work this out on our own, saying that the media has created such a fucking hateful storm that it's sickening, that we love each other, and that we want to make sure each other is okay. Have we had fights in the past? Have we had this or whatever? Fuck it, they already know all that shit. Don't matter. Here's the deal.
no, it matters. It makes you have no idea. Every ounce of my credibility has been taken from. And done so in a dishonest way.
Amber, the abuse thing is we've got to deal with that. Yeah, we've got to deal with that,
I don't have
Amber.
any way of my credit. It's my credibility. You know what?
And why did you put that out there?
I did not. You forced me. Your team forced me to by going on the offense.
I didn't force you to.
I promise. Look up the timeline to these things. Everything. Forget it. Forget it. You don't believe what I say. You don't believe what I say. But I did not choose this. Every step of the way has been an offense.
I did not put this anywhere. I didn't. Let me talk to the fucking team.
I did not call the cops. I did not take it.
IO called the
I did not
cops.
call the cops.
You told IO to call the cops.
I did not call the cops, and I did not give them any statement when they came. I've been trying to protect you.
You told IO to call the cops.
While it was happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because the last time that it got crazy between us, I really did think I was going to lose my life, and I thought you would do it on accident. And I told you that. I said, oh my God, I thought the first time.
Amber, I lost a fucking finger, man. Come on. I had a mineral can of mineral spirits thrown at my nose.
You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and
Yes.
I know it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
It doesn't matter if it's fair fight. My ass.
Exactly, because you're.
Mr. Depp, when did you have the conversation reflected in this recording? with
Oh,
Ms. Heard?
shit. That's not good.
I don't recall exactly when it was.
What's your best estimate?
My best estimate is that it was long before quite a while before the meeting in San Francisco in July. Excuse me.
How far after May 21st, 2016 do you think that conversation was? I'm asking for his best estimate.
I'll allow him to answer this.
Sorry, could you ask it again? I was distracted.
How long after May 21st, 2016 do you believe that conversation took place?
I would say that it was not too far, maybe a couple of months. It was far enough to where the world media was already bombarding me. So it was an attempt to try to make all the
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
What are you referring to when you said you and Ms. Heard will write a letter together?
I was trying to make a peaceful settlement.
And what are you referring to when you say you lost a finger?
A very large bottle of vodka severing my middle finger in Australia.
And what were you referring to when you said a can of mineral spirits was thrown at your nose?
One of the arguments on the island where Miss Heard had been howling at me with some argument, and she picked up a can of mineral spirits about yay big and heaved it at me, and it struck me on the bridge of the nose and right there, the forehead.
And what did you say in response when Miss Heard said, "Tell the world, Johnny, tell them Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence"?
I said, yes, I am.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you can have a seat next to your attorney, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is
All
that
right,
what
next
you
witness.
wanted us to hear? Because that was really,
Ben King. Somebody gonna go get Mr. King?
that was a lot. Because that's her admitting that basically mm-mm. That's her admitting. I mean, that's basically her admitting it. I feel like that audio is very a lot of the audio, frankly, is problematic for Amber Heard, but I feel like that specific audio recording is probably the worst. And I'm really, I don't, I'm really questioning. First of all, when I started streaming in the mornings and I started streaming Johnny Depp's direct testimony, excuse me, you guys, we talked a lot about whether or not Amber Heard would take the stand. And honestly, before I heard this audio, I would have said she needs to, I did say she needs to take the stand. The jury needs to hear her. They need to see her. They need to be able to relate to her, right? After hearing this audio, my advice would be for her not to take the stand. Although I think she's going to, I suspect she will anyway. I think that It's a risky, look, either way, it's going to be risky. It's going to be risky. It was risky for Johnny Depp to take the stand. Fortunately, he has been honest. It is not easy to sit in a courtroom, let alone a courtroom that's being broadcast worldwide, and admit to some of the things that that he's had to admit to. Um, and I think that a lot of times when there is a situation with substance or alcohol abuse, I think that people forget um, about the addict in this situation, because the addict isn't trying to hurt their friends, their family, their loved ones. And when he said, the only person I've ever abused is myself, I think that he's 100% correct. You know, so um, but I think that he also acknowledges that while the abuse was aimed at himself through his substance, because of his addictions, that he recognizes that it was hard for people who love him to watch. No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine, Aussie Girl Jen. If you tried to, I don't know if via the things that fits in I'm sure it's fine. I mean, nothing's happened. Um, but yeah, I think that the jury is really feeling Johnny Depp. And to be quite frank with you, I just don't believe that Amber possesses. Oh, babe, no, you're fine. You haven't messed anything up. I don't believe that Amber possesses the truth, number one, which is the most important. But I also think that um, she doesn't possess the type of personality that would um I don't think she'd be able to. I don't think she'll be able to reach the jury, even if she had the truth on her side, which I don't think that she does. And that's going to be, obviously that's the main thing, because you know how um people tell the truth frequently, right? And you can have two people telling the same story, right? Or telling their version of the story, but there's s- eh, with no proof, no screenshots, no audio, no nothing, just them, just like I'm talking to you right now, just talking. And there are some people that you can listen to and you believe what they're saying, right? With no proof. Amber is not one of those people, frankly. Um, I yeah, I think she's gonna take the stand, DTC prime time. I do. I absolutely do, but I do not I do she's got to, but I don't think it's going to work well for her. I think that when it's never it's I mean, yes, it's always, the direct testimony is good, but really where they get you is on the cross. That's where cases are won or lost, right? So let's just cut to the chase. And the truth of the matter is that were there some moments with Johnny Depp where it was like, a little bit, yeah, because a juror might say, um, take his arguing with and he wasn't really arguing, but the snapbacks, not the ones that made them laugh, obviously, but just some of them, as long, like the one he did earlier, as long as you're happy, Mr. uh Rottenborn, like stuff like that. Those are 50-50. Some jurors will be like, what a jerk, and some jurors will be like, he's tired and he's had enough, right? They can understand. But I think overall, if I had to rate Johnny Depp's cross-examination from on a scale from 1 to 10, really, it should be a 1 to Anthony Tote. Um, well, yeah, Anthony Tote being the worst, 1 being the best. I would give Johnny probably like a 2, frankly. If I were to rate it where one being the worst and 10 being the best, then I would give him like an 8, 8.5. I think he did really well, actually. Um, and that's the problem, is that she just does not see the thing about the truth is there are no different versions of the truth. Okay. Yeah. There are different perspectives, right? But there are certain things that are not up for debate. You either were hit or you were not, period. That's it. There's no, you can't, that's a very black and white, yes or no situation. You either did or you didn't. You either got hit or you didn't. You either hit Johnny Depp or you didn't. Period. There's no like gray area. And the truth of the matter is, she doesn't have that on her side. Well, so they would not, I don't know. I don't think that they're allowed to discuss the details of the case, like with respect to the outcome of the case. However, they have, it's on cross-examination, asked Johnny Depp specific questions regarding testimony that he did give in the trial in the UK. And they're allowed to do that on, because they're attempting to impeach the testimony, right? They're trying to call him a liar. But other than that, no, they're not allowed to do that. So it, again, I don't know what all happened as far as like the way that we know here, we're seeing every day. I don't know what happened in the UK with her, but you can be sure that if she, and I think she will, when she testifies, she's going to give her version of events, right? And then on cross, they are going to just destroy her story, because I don't know how many more witnesses there are for Johnny at this point. If it were, and I agree, I think that she should be asked specific questions, very specific questions. And I think where they're going to get her caught up is the details, because that's where she trips up. And yeah. See, and that's an excellent point. Vincent's missing ear. See, in the UK, he sued the son. She was not an actual. She wasn't listed, and I think that. I think he was, like we talked about before, I think he was right not to sue the Washington Post, because they have so much. They have protection under the Constitution, and there's really no wiggle room. For what they're allowed to print. And the fact of the matter is that it wouldn't be advantageous for Johnny Depp to have included the Washington Post. He's right in suing the person that wrote the article in the first place. She's the I will watch, Amelia. So I think, yeah, I don't know how many more people they had. I can't remember his last name. Ben is his name. He was the house manager in Australia. He was this afternoon, and I don't know how much more they really have, because that they should really have ended with that audio. Frankly, that was just boom. So yeah, but I think that they said something about, I think the trial was expected to last like 6 weeks, is what I heard. And so if you figure it out, we're on the start of week 3. So if I had to wager a guess, it'd be 3 weeks for each side, right? So Johnny Depp's a case should or a presentation should be wrapped up by like Thursday, which because they don't go to court on Friday. And I think that's the thing, Aussie Girl Jen, about women. Women are really good at remembering those details, especially in an argument. We can remember something that somebody said to us during it that occurred. The argument is occurring in 2022, and the thing we're going to recall came from 1992. And we remember it like we're right back there in 1992. And yes, DTC prime time. So what usually what they do is so like let's for Johnny Depp, I'll give it what they did. So Johnny Depp, he was asked a ton of questions on direct, right? All right. So then on cross examination, that he would get asked a question, and then the defense would bring out the deposition and say, or not even the deposition. Well, I guess it was his deposition. The testimony is what he said. This is what you testified to, or this was, because those are all taken under oath as well. And so it's more like to show that your story isn't consistent. And that's going to be, yeah, I don't know how that 3 weeks, that shit was 3 days. I think that the state was like, bruh, we just, I think that I think they thought the defense was going to have more because they had brought up so many things, but then some of the evidence they wanted to bring in wasn't let in, and I think that's really what shortened it. But anyway, bottom line is, she's gonna be in trouble on the stand during cross. She's gonna be just fine during direct. Most people are, but it's the cross exam where it's gonna get her. And I'm very, very curious. Aside from James Franco and Elon Musk, who else she intends to call as a witness. So for, to bolster her story. But neither have I, Sugar Beet. I haven't either. Nobody has. I have, even on the days, even on the very first day, not the full day of cross, but the like where it was that 20-30 minutes or something like that before the end of the day, and the cross examination had just started and it was contentious from like second one. Even then, and the truth is that they probably watch, not Johnny, but his attorneys are allowed to, right? So they watch they've got to see how many clips, montages there are of Johnny Depp's testimony, and none of them are bad. I just think, and the truth of the matter is that the jury is made up of people like us. Can you imagine if it were us on the jury? I'd be kicked out because I wouldn't be able to take any notes or hear anything because I would have had rolled my eyes so hard at her baloney that they would have just stuck and I would be totally useless. But yeah, I don't, this is not a slam dunk for her like she thinks it is. It's absolutely not. And I don't necessarily, I think that if I were to take a guess right now, I would say if we were to poll the jury, it's probably 60-40. There's probably a few people that are still like, well, wait. We don't know. You know what I mean? Whereas I'm just over here like, ugh, already. But anyway, so I'll be live tomorrow night. I don't know I mean, we're obviously going to talk about the trial based on whatever testimony happens tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to stream the trial in the morning because sometimes it gets hard for me. to do it in the morning. But I'm going to, I might do it for a couple of hours before they take their break for lunch. So be looking out for that if you guys want to come in here and chat with me during that time. But I'm going to end it for now. I want to thank you guys all for coming, and thank you to the mods. I appreciate you, each and every one of you guys that came tonight to support me. I appreciate you as well. And I will see you. And thanks for being patient with the technical difficulties. But anyway, I want to thank you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Either I'll stream in the morning and go live at night, and you can catch me twice, or I'll not stream in the morning and just go live at night. We'll see how it goes. All right. Good night, you guys. You take care and be safe on these YouTube streets. Bye.